Hi, this is Dr. Bernie, and school is about to begin. We're going to be talking today about your medical issues and your astrological sign. So, the medical issues I'm going to talk about in the first part of each sign, and we're going to cover 4 to 5 signs today. And every day until we complete all 12 astrological signs. And in the first part, I'm going to talk to you about what anybody could research is what astrological signs normally suffer medically. But then I'm going to go a step deeper, and I'm going to tell you what I know as a medical professional. I'm a homeopathic doctor. What I know as far as treating my patients, because I always have to put in their chart their birthday, so I know what sign they are. But I'm also going to talk to you about what I see could be and is a part of their medical issues. So this should be a lot of fun. Why am I doing this with astrology? Well, number one, to catch your attention. But basically, to help you go that step further in realizing what your body and your whole being is all about. Because astrology, and I'm not an astrologer, so don't come at me as if I were, please. I'm only talking about medicine and astrology, nothing more, nothing less. When you get into astrology, and it's very powerful, you don't have to be a believer in it, because it is what it is. It's true. If you follow the heavens and you follow the planets and you know what they stand for, and anybody can do that. You don't need to be an astrologer to do that. But you do need to be an astrologer to be able to predict your day-to-day happenings. Now, a lot of people don't believe in that, but that's okay. When it comes to medical and astrology, this is a realism. This is the real deal. So we're going to start out today with telling you who I am and how you can reach me. I'm Dr. Bernie Masseri. I studied homeopathy in England in 1994. I've been in business as a homeopath ever since then. I have owned clinics. I'm just recently, because of COVID, have removed myself from my clinic, and I'm seeing all of my patients online. So it's the same type of thing as if you were to come to my clinic. You just don't have to make that trip in your car, and you don't have to subject yourself to any diseases like COVID or Omicron or whatever else is out there. So you're safe. Stay behind your computer. We could do this face-to-face. It's the same thing. I can take a case history on you, find out what your needs are, what your medical concerns are, what you're suffering or what you're not suffering. Send you the medicine in the mail, priority. You get it in 1 to 3 days. And we do it like that. So in order to reach me, I am at 480-703-0151. Or you can go to gilbertnaturalmedicine.com, and you can find my website, which is a wonderful website. I really want you to go there and look it over and see everything that I offer. And it's a lot of fun to go through everything that we do. And you can also attach a little note if you're trying to reach me through the website. I check it all the time. You could text me any messages at 480-703-0151. I will not give you any medical advice in a text. You would have to reserve a time for a consultation in order to speak to me as a patient. So, we're going to go through this astrology deal, and we're going to hit Aquarius, Aries, Pisces, Taurus, maybe Gemini if we have time to get to it. So if you are an Aquarian, and I'm not going to give you dates and all that stuff, you know who you are. Your birth date's going to tell you what sign you are. Most people are familiar with this. Aquarius being the type of person that doesn't necessarily like to be in the shadows, but is best being a part of everything so that they can listen and observe. Aquarius tends to be out there, way out there in their own world. And that's good because They know how to use their mind to recoup their body, sometimes to a point of avoiding a doctor. And some don't even want to deal with their doctors because they believe their mind can heal their bodies. Because they have that extra mindful strength over many things, they choose to use this mindful strength to heal their bodies, which is okay. But, step back, because when you need a doctor, you really need a doctor. You can do anything with your mind, but you have to be well practiced. So if you are not, then I suggest if you don't feel good, don't play with it, see a doctor and get some help. Aquarius usually has problems with their ankles or their shins. Varicose veins, their heart, and leg issues could be a part of their whole being. But Aquarius, if you go that step deeper, and these are the secrets, Aquarius is like so much into the ethereal part of life. They tend to overlook illness. They tend not to deal with it. And they stay pretty strong. They were born strong. They were born leaders, actually. It's very difficult to get along with an Aquarian if you are an opposite sign that doesn't attract Aquarius. And I don't want to get that far into this because this is only supposed to be about medicine and your astrological sign. Aquarius will come to me with problems of body issues as far as weakness. And that's not the Aquarian, because they're usually people that are well built and strong, and they don't tend to get weak because they love the outdoors and they love the fresh air, which is what you have to gravitate to if you are an Aquarian. That's what keeps you strong and healthy, is that fresh air and exercise. And most of the Aquarians, they love to be out there. And according to their minds, they're out there, all right. A Sagittarian, being a fire sign, might have a little trouble with an Aquarian that's an air sign, when actually the air will fan the fire. It should be a good combination, but sometimes it's not because Aquarian is a little bit too out there, too quiet, too oblivious. You think they're oblivious, but they're really not. They're always checking their bodies. They're very, very, very in tune with their bodies. And when they get sick, they can overcome illness very, very quickly because of having that very strong mind that they have. Aquarian will not often tell you or discuss what health problems they have. They're very short on giving you those answers. As a matter of fact, they're very short on all their answers. If you are the type of person that really doesn't have a strong bond with an Aquarian, you might just get a yes or no answer. So that's just the way it goes. But they are very attuned to themselves, which is how they heal so quickly. If you are an Aquarian with a chronic problem, you really have to see a doctor. And as much as they don't like medication, sometimes you're going to be forced to have to take it to help you along. Aries. What can I say to you about an Aries? Don't you even think you can put your finger on an Aries, because you never will. You will never travel as fast as that Aries sign. Even if you are an Aquarian, even if you are a Sagittarian, even if you are a Gemini, you will never travel as quickly as that Aries. And I don't mean in steps, in their mind. Forget about knowing the Aries. I'm sorry, I'm getting Aries mixed with Aquarius. You will never put your finger on the Aries sign. They move too fast. In a relationship, boy, you really have to be bonded, or you're going to be looking for another sign. Now, the Aries might not, but you may. As far as their known discomforts medically, it would be their stomach, their chronic diseases with stomach, kidneys, head, knee pain, and knee replacements. So those are kind of like the highlights of their health problems. But Aries, they tend to really have trouble with their colon, their tummy, to the point where it could be an urge diarrhea. And if they get to that point with their stomachs or their digestive system, they really have to see a doctor. And Aries will never say no to a doctor. But it takes a lot to get them going because they have to weigh things out, just like the Libra spends all of their life weighing things out. Aries doesn't take that much time. But as far as a chronic disease, Aries could run into a few problems in their lives. And the older they get, the more chronic they can become. So remember, there is surgery that takes care of a lot of the problems that an Aries may have. I find that in that step deeper, the Aries won't tell you or talk about too easily what's going on with their health. I don't know if they're just embarrassed or shy, or they just don't want you to get into their business, because that's how Aries is. They just won't discuss it unless you're a member of their family or you're very, very, very close to them in a friendship. They will never divulge to you what's really going on with them. So it takes a lot for them, the Aries, to open up. Aries is a great sign. They're great people. They're strong. They're quick-witted. They're very, very capable of handling anything if you give them time and give them a chance. And don't butt in, because Aries doesn't want you butting in. They'll do their thing when they're darn good and ready. A Pisces, what can I say? They are on the top of the list for moods. The Pisces is negative or they're positive. And if they're negative, lo and behold, save you, because a Pisces will be lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to do anything. They just want to lull around, sometimes do nothing but go out and party and be their thing, do their thing. But the positive Pisces, and they're workaholics. They're wonderful. Well, all of Pisces is wonderful, but they're all very moody, and you never know when you're going to catch them in a bad mood or a moody mood. Doesn't always have to be a bad mood. It can be a moody mood. So what they have to watch out for are their senses and their moodiness and the way they bring themselves to others. Sometimes you'll never even know or notice they're a Pisces individual because they won't act like it. And a lot of times their moon sign will fight that sun sign Pisces and show you a whole different identity. A good way to spot a Pisces, which is a water sign, is they have blue eyes, blonde hair, things like that. But sometimes they have very dark hair. But most times they're going to have blue eyes like the ocean. Pisces needs a lot of space to express themselves. They can accomplish anything they put their mind to. Like anybody, I guess. But more so the Pisces, because I'm going to tell you something, they will definitely not let you step in their space if they don't want you around. You might as well head for the hills because it's over. If a Pisces doesn't want you around, there's no way you're getting into their space. And they will travel to the ends of the earth to get away from you if need be. They will even accuse you of things that aren't necessarily so. So, unless you really know their moodiness, you might want to double check and reread Pisces. Linda Goodman put out a wonderful book called Sun Signs. I don't know of another book that gets as deep as Linda Goodman does in her Sun Signs. If you can still find that copy laying around, grab it, because it will explain you to a T no matter what sign you are. She covers them all. Taurus? Oh boy, here's Taurus. Oh my gosh, they're so dramatic. They love to think they're wonderful and think that they are on top of the world in every situation and that they can accomplish no matter what it takes. And the harder you say no, the harder they're going to say yes. They love their beauty, and they love luxury, and they have very little time for health problems. However, they do face a lot of health problems. Among some of the health problems they face is of the throat and the neck, the ears, and the reproductive system, asthma, and digestive problems. Now, Taurus needs a lot of fresh air and a lot of exercise. If you can get them off their butts to do that. The only time they like fresh air is when they're going to buy something. Well, not necessarily, but they love shopping. They love beauty. They love the luxury side of life. And they love to be the boss. Well, you know, Taurus, that's the bull in astrology. Taurus is a sign that is able to tell you, step aside, I'm the boss, you know nothing, I know it all. So to get with a Taurus, you really have to understand the Taurus, or they will swallow you right up. They not only love life, they love themselves. And as far as their secret health problems, it is their anxiety, it is their ability to not have an ability and to suffer for that. Because they want to be the best kid on the block, the best of all the zodiac signs, they're going to fight for everything that they need and want, and usually they get it. So when they're dealing with their secret health problems, it's usually very, very much digestive. Many Taurus signs have to resort to digestion pills, pills to help their acid stomachs, things like that, pills to help them not have stomach cramps and different things like that. But if they eat right, which 80% of them know nothing about because they will eat all fattening luxury foods that we tend to never take a look at. They want all of the best foods. And even if they are on a diet or they're into eating right, they will cook up a storm to make everything as delicious as possible. So Taurus has to be very afraid or careful to eat eggs, and especially anything fattening, which will go immediately to their hips and their stomachs. A Taurus man is pretty different than the Taurus woman. If the Taurus man gets with a Taurus woman, that's a head beating another head into the wall. The Taurus man will think he's got all the answers when, in reality, the Taurus woman has the first and last word. That's the reality. So Taurus also has to take care of their feet and their ankles. They have to take care of their temperament because they can fly off the handle very easily. Sometimes they're not the caregiver of the world, and sometimes they are. Sometimes when you need them the most, they're just not going to be there for you for one reason or another, and they have grudges that they hold on to. They will never, ever, ever forget what you've done to upset the apple cart, especially when it's toward them. Taurus is headstrong, and they are they're into themselves. What can I say? That's Taurus. Let's go a step further and hit Gemini. Oh boy, Gemini. Gemini women, Gemini men, pretty much alike in their creativity, very much unlike each other as male-female. You can't trust a Gemini man. And you know, you know what? Don't come at me and tell me anything negative about it, because I'm going to tell you the truth. Here's the deal. Gemini men are cheats. Yep, that's the way it goes. So if you're a Gemini man and you're listening to this and you don't cheat on your spouse or your girlfriend, whatever, good for you. Not all of you will, but that's their nature. They're all over the place. They're hitting every wall. They go everywhere. They love luxury, but can't always get it. They love what they see, but can't always get it. You know, that's the Gemini man. The Gemini woman doesn't have time for anything like this. Doesn't have time for bull. Doesn't have time for you if you are stupid in their eyes. They hate stupidity. They don't have time for it. A Gemini does not have time for a man that is unassuming, stupid, or lazy. They won't put up with it. If you expect a Gemini woman to support a Gemini man, that might happen for a minute, but hey, that's going to end, and you'll be kicked out the back door. As far as their health problems, they are emotional wrecks most of the time, because they're very short-tempered with themselves and short-tempered with others. So if you have a relationship either as a friend or a spouse or whatever, and you come to a Gemini with negative talk, I will bet you they're not going to agree with you. Most of the time, they're going to blow you off. They're going to say, you know what, I don't have time for this. I'll see you later. And just leave on you. And that's the Gemini female. Gemini man, you can't put your finger on that. You will never know what that Gemini man is up to, ever. Gemini woman, you're easy to figure out. Just look for the lady that's disgusted with the whole world. When they're happy, it's a high. When they're unhappy, it's a low. There's no in between with the Gemini. It's either up or down. They have to be concerned about their lungs and swelling in their bodies, emotional breakdowns, stress, nerves, rheumatism, funguses, pain and injury to their fingers and hands, growths on their body, arthritis, and their mind. Also migraine headaches. So when a Gemini female is out of it, there is nothing in this world that you can say or do to pick them up again, because they're going to do it when they're darn well ready. As far as the Gemini man, yeah, you'll never know if they're up or down anyway, so stop trying. This has been Dr. Bernie Masseri, 480-703-0151. You can reach me anytime you would like to, as far as an appointment for a consultation medically. If you want to hear more about astrological signs and health issues, keep tuning in to Spreaker and listen to me on Spreaker.com. Or you can go to YouTube, and you can catch me on YouTube, where I soon will be talking face-to-face on health problems and astrology. This has been Dr. Bernie. Hey, school's out.